put everything into play, and, we'll be all right. And, that's the attitude we have to keep.
Greg, it's ultimately, don't you have to have guys step up and produce in some cases or even over?
Attitude and confidence. I mean, those are the two elements that if you bring to the table, you really will have a chance to beat anyone. And when you're on a roll, they call it getting your swag on today. Back in the day, it was called having your mojo working. Right. So same thing, and you can ride that for quite a way.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And guys, what's your take on the 76ers so far?
It's all about the depth, really. The bench has been the difference. The bench play really has separated these two teams.
Yeah, it's been a huge advantage for them. That bench has really made a nice contribution.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, Noel and Embiid patrol the paint together inside. Then it's the natural. Then it's Jared Bayless. And it's Rodriguez in at the point.
Well, clearly the 76ers were the youngest team in the league last season, and with all the draft picks they've stockpiled, they'll be the youngest team for a while, it seems. But if the youth can grow and develop, they could also be a force in a few years, too.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
All right, now, gentlemen, two shots. Roof shots.
He misses the free throw. To give you an idea of how young this 76er team is, at one point last season, Greg, Tim Duncan had more seasons played in the NBA than the entire active roster of the 76ers.
That's hard to fathom. I mean, we all know there's this youth movement going on in Philadelphia, but they still need some veterans in that locker room. Very hard for the young players to lead. And, guys, you hear about how the Hawks are jokingly referred to as the Spurs of the East. It has to do with their coach, Mike Budenholzer, who's really brought that philosophy here to Atlanta.
Now, here's Scott. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. 4 on the shot clock. Hardaway from outside, and he gets it to go.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
On for Coach Budenholzer, Greg, he did spend 19 years with the Spurs, so it makes a lot of sense. Clarkie won 4 titles during his time there in San Antonio.
And, Kevin, you can really see how he's adapted and brought the motion offense over to this team, and it's worked well for the Hawks.
Here's Simmons. Here's Rodriguez. Rebound by Muscala.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Cephalosha kicks to Scott. Dishes it to Humphries. Hardaway for 3. Rebound by the 76ers. Now Rodriguez. Puts up the baby hook. That's tipped, but they'll recover it. He's looking for Noel and finds him. Rebound by Muscala. The Hawks have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Here's Scott, and he slams it one-handed.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. Philadelphia started to create a little bit of an identity last season after all their transactions, Clark, and shifting around. They settled down and came together.
Yeah, and I tell you, it looks like the identity will be the Sixers being a defensive team going forward. Offense has its fits and starts, but defensively they found some traction.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Muscala. Millsap comes in for Chris Humphries. Kyle Korver. He's checked in for Mike Scott. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Thabo Cephalosha. Here is Bayless out to the right wing. Out left to the wing. Hardaway with the steal. Now here's Korver, guarded closely. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Schroeder with the ball. The shot cannot hit.
Fellas, that's exactly the job the big guy has to do for him. Contest every rebound.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brett Brown said to his team. He said their plan was to run their offense through Okafor. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. Well, Coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. Here's Schroeder after Carl Landry's bucket. No good. He's off to a slow start. 1 for 4 so far. Rodriguez outside. Pass to Bayless. Back to Rodriguez. Wide open look. Millsap grabs the miss.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And there's Corbin on the assist from Hardaway.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
76ers have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Kicks to Okafor. Pass to Landry. He dishes it to Bayless. The feed to Okafor. 5 to shoot. Shoots. Outside for Rodriguez. And the 76ers get it back. That's good. And it's 8 points for Jahlil Okafor. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
The Hawks were fantastic last season. After the All-Star break, they did slip up a bit, struggled against teams over 500.
Kent Bazemore's checked in for Hardaway. Here's Schroeder. He feeds it to Bazemore. The dish to Schroeder. Clock at 6. For 3, Millsap. That's good. Millsap's got 5 points so far. They lost the last 3 games of the regular season, Clark, and really just limped into the playoffs. Some of it might have just been fatigue.
Yeah, it could have been, and their play at the end of the season did leak into the playoffs, Kevin. I mean, you could see very quickly that they weren't the same team that looked so dominant during the regular season.
Korver, good. And it's a 4-point Hawks lead.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Here's Henderson. No luck. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yes, sir, fellas. They've had it going on big time.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
Now here's Schroeder. Millsap attacking. And it's rebounded by Covington. The 76ers trail by 4. Jacks up a 3. And it's good. 5 points in the game.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
And Bazemore kicks it over to Schroeder. Feeds to Millsap. Again, Millsap missing.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Covington. And Carl Landry picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. There's 18 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Bazemore. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. With 1 on the clock. He got it! He got it!
And that's a big bonus for him to end the quarter as he just beat.
Superb clock management there, maximizing every second of the clock in that situation. Well done.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. It's Atlanta up 3. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you to the Halftime Show on 2K Sports. A competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. The largest lead for them during the period was 4. They played with more purpose in the second quarter and fought to turn an early deficit into a 3-point lead by the time we reached the break. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
They were clearly a better shooting team. Their play calling and execution were on point. It wasn't a dominant performance, but you did get an idea of how efficient they can be. They'll need to continue that kind of shooting if they want to pull away in the second half.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
Well, I thought the one bright spot was the effort on the glass. Several times when momentum was sliding, getting a timely rebound really lifted them. Strong work on the glass is key because that's how you string together a series of big stops.